Hello, and welcome back to Primeval Hell. We're starting off in a completely different way. Isn't there a saying, if you can't defeat your enemy, become your enemy? Well, I'm definitely a Capro, so you know what I mean. Unfortunately, I started recording far too late and wasn't able to film the death of this trike. But he wanted to swim across and didn't see the stone. Poor sausage. Anyway, I have a trophy. Unfortunately, I'm now a dinosaur that nobody likes. Let's see if we can even get rid of this trophy. Sorry, but this server is driving me to despair. We no longer have a trophy. But I saw an Amarga in the distance and wanted to say hello. Tja, I unfortunately forgot that I am no longer a cute Herbie. The Amarga didn't forget that, so I put some distance between me and him so he wouldn't be scared. And that brings us back to the good part. Smile is back. While I was waiting for Smil, a Sarah came by and I wanted to use this opportunity to hone my hunting technique, which didn't exist until then. Suddenly he stopped, and I'll do my damnedest to attack the poor thing if he doesn't fight back. And in the end, I changed my mind at that point. I was hardly hungry. I didn't want to kill this Sarah. And while I was waiting for Smil, a Bars appeared. An incredibly timid Bars. I wonder if a Capro has ever actually managed to kill him. He was definitely very scared, and I did everything I could to calm him down. But if someone with a weapon somersaults in front of you, that doesn't make them any less dangerous. I love that Smil just had the exact same thought when he arrived. Oh, a Bars, let's be friends. Unfortunately, Bars didn't like that either. And indeed, Smil's super-friendly nature made the fearful Bars cross the river. The person even thanked me in the chat. Moments like that soften my petrified, dishonored heart. I think I should log off at times like this and just go to bed with a smile on my face. Because here comes a city who is just looking for trouble. Instead of sweetly nuzzling us, he hisses at us. So I guess it's chicken for dinner tonight. In the end, the fight came to nothing. The city wasn't alone, and we just can't compete with a whole herd of Herbie. And so we continued to quest. Until the server restarted. Of course, someone had to break the rules again. And somehow I thought he would return and continue the fight. And let me tell you, this won't be the last rule break we experience today. And there's our friend again. I'll spare you this extremely long fight for now. Because Capro is considered a low tier, we really don't do much damage to a Trex. And in the end, it went so far that he hid on a cliff so that we couldn't reach him easily. And then he just logged off in the middle of the fight and wrote, "You bore me," with another dinosaur. As Capros, we don't have to rely on that kill, but what kind is that? Meanwhile, an Acro was watching us the whole time and wanted to fight us too. According to him, it was only because he was so much better than the Rex and could kill us easily. So many charming people today. So we got involved in the fight to shut this loudmouth up. And who would have thought it? We weren't so easy to kill after all. And in the end, he broke off the fight. But we didn't feel like it either, because the fight with the T-Rex had gone on for ages. And so we ended the game for the day. But don't worry, we'll be back after the advert break. And now we continue with another unusual dinosaur that I rarely play. The Quetz. So don't get me wrong, of course I have all these dinosaurs because I play them too, but everyone has a favorite. After watching battles in Grand Plains for a while, I made my way to the body in White Cliffs. I don't like hunting, so I had to find something else to munch on. After a hearty meal, I spotted what I thought was an Aleo. I thought it wouldn't be a good idea to do a bit of combat training. However, because of the darkness, it was really hard to tell whether it was an Aleo or not. So I crept up to the Aleo like a giraffe-sized ninja. Yes, It looks like an Alio. Joke's on me, it was a Nanook. So I just start a rule break here, because Nanook is a mid-tier, and according to my profile, I'm not allowed to hunt them. However, I've really got my knickers in a twist, and it was only supposed to be a practice fight anyway. It turned out to be one of the players on my blacklist. Very annoying that I couldn't turn him into kindling. After I was healed again, I got a trophy. I think you can see a pattern. So I started searching, made new friends, and traveled half the map with this piece of shit. Until the server threw a spanner in the works again. So I logged in again briefly, only to log out again straight away. This time, as Bona and I met another Bona straight away. Was this going to be good gameplay? The little one then quested a bit, and I wandered around aimlessly. And it was really idyllic. Until it wasn't. Unfortunately, the Utah wasn't alone, and I hoped a little that Naka wouldn't rush to my aid, so we could just run away. But alas, she bravely threw herself into the fray. When I realized that she wasn't following me but fighting, I became worried, because I didn't want her to die because of me. But by then, it was already too late. She said she had got stuck on a stone, and I was very annoyed that I couldn't help her. Sometimes I should just take flight, instead of waiting to see how many opponents surround me. The questing started again, and Naka wasn't even angry. That made me even sadder in the end. And as we made our way towards the White Cliffs, we met Tarnished. And not gonna lie, we were the perfect team. Both were super sweet and friendly, and we played together really harmoniously for a while. Can it please always be like this? But then Naka had to leave us, and that left Tarnished and me. Can we just stop for a moment and recognize how lovely Tarnished is? But as is always the case, the happiness didn't last long. I noticed footsteps and looked. In the meantime, the rest of the pack had already gathered around Tarnished. Beauties, and they were supposed to be really antisocial beauties. They made us believe they wouldn't attack until the whole pack had gathered. I honestly thought that was pretty cheap. You want to fight? Okay, but then don't do it in such a sneaky way. Unfortunately, the fight didn't go so well for me as a low tier, and I had to withdraw. When I saw that Tarnished's life bar was dropping, I couldn't just stand by and watch. After all, he had shown me so much kindness. It was the least I could do to defend him. So I jumped back into the fray, and the inevitable happened. But nothing could shake our new friendship, and so I brought Tarnished over the Waystone to me. Probably a good idea anyway, because the Uties would have quickly consumed my body. I healed Tarnished first, and then our quest journey began. Of course, the server crashes, so again, I healed Tarnished first, and then our quest journey began. We just got on really well, and as we've seen in all the videos, it's really rare. It got a bit busy at the waterhole just before the restart, and we decided to sit somewhere else. One of the Alios followed us and sat down in the bushes not far away. And, as if I had known, I already knew that this son of a goat would follow us, so that his pack would know where we were going. Unfortunately, Tarnished was too gullible, and thought he was just being nice. Innocent summer child. And who would have thought it? After the pack had gathered, they attacked us. Well, more me. I escaped, and Tarnished returned the favor by killing one of the Alios on the side. We moved on slowly, and I tried to help this little carnivore. At least he didn't attack us in return. Tarnished and I chatted for quite a while until we decided to log out. I can't tell you how much this gameplay improved my mood. It's just these moments that make the game so worth playing. And on that note, stay crisp, my friends, and see you next time.